Alright. Almost forgot to get my headset plugged in right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. You all can hear me. Having a ridiculously good time with ChatGPT today. I was talking to somebody last night on Reddit about how they were using it to meal prep, and then we started getting into, those tabloid-esque blog posts that talk about top tens and how you don't really need to do those anymore, because you can just create your own super easy with ChatGPT. And as I was going to sleep last night, I had the idea to explore existing fictional worlds in a tabloid style using ChatGPT. And I have just been giddy ever since then, waiting to put out this stream. It has been really exciting. But just to get everything started, don't forget that if at any point you enjoy this video, to like and subscribe. And let's start getting into it. The first thing I'd like to do is I put out a short about turning ChatGPT into the Sorting Hat from Harry Potter, but I had to do that in a very short form way because shorts can only be a minute long. And so I want to go ahead and do a longer version of that because I only got it to ask me 2 questions and then I cut it off and told it to sort me, and that's not really fun. So from now on, you're going to play the role of the Sorting Hat. I'm going to play the role of a random student. You are going to interview me in a conversational style as the Sorting Hat. You are not going to write the parts where the student talks. Just wait for me to respond. The interview will continue until I say sort me. Then you will tell me what house I'm in based on the interview. And then ChatGPT says, of course, I'd be happy to play the role of the Sorting Hat. I'll be asking you a series of questions to determine which of the 4 houses at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry you are best suited for. Let's begin. What is your greatest quality? Now, in my little short, I said speed, but let's say that my bravest quality is cunning. I am always the last one found during hide and seek. Because I'm 11 and I play hide and seek. That's just the way it is. Interesting. It seems like you have a strong sense of strategy and know how to keep one step ahead of your opponents. What do you value most in life? I value my comic books most in life. I love superheroes. Do. It seems like you have a strong appreciation for the heroic and the imaginative. In a dangerous situation, would you rather act quickly or carefully plan out your steps? Carefully plan my steps. It is important to first get to safety, then act. It is wise to think things through before acting, especially in dangerous situations. Safety should always come first. Would you describe yourself as more of a leader or a follower? Do I want to be a leader or a follower? I am a leader. My friends always look to me when we can't think of anything to do for fun. It's great to have leadership qualities and to be someone others look to for guidance. It takes courage and determination to be a leader. It said sort me. No, not. Okay. Well, apparently it wants me to have it sort me now. Based on our conversation, it seems like you would be well suited to the House of Slytherin at Hogwarts. The members of Slytherin are known for their cunning, resourcefulness, and leadership abilities. They value ambition and power and are willing to do what it takes to achieve their goals. Ooh. So this is just a super fun little prompt, and I think it's something that we need to be engineering more of. There aren't a lot of little things like this. You know, tabloids, and especially online tabloids, always have those silly little um, quizzes you can take to learn about certain things about you or whatever. But ChatGPT was trained on such a vast amount of knowledge and human writing that there's probably a ton of that stuff just in ChatGPT. And so it doesn't just have to be limited to the sorting hat, right? If you wanted to change the prompt a little bit so that it told you what your spirit animal was, or change the prompt a little bit so that it told you, who you were in a previous life, or all kinds of really fun and interesting things could be had with just a little bit of a tweak to this particular prompt. And in that tabloid style, you can explore some of the fictional worlds that you've been interested in the past in a little more lighthearted and fun way. It's all fan fiction type stuff, right? None of this is canon. I'm not in Harry Potter or in the Harry Potter universe. I don't, I'm not a character there, so none of this matters. But it's a fun little way to experience parts of a world in a way that hasn't been written so far. Um, so the next thing I want to do is also related to the Harry Potter universe, and that is I want to get interviewed by the character Rita Skeeter, and then have the character of Rita Skeeter write a um, write an article based on our conversation, but just completely taking things out of context. And I'm actually having a little bit of trouble with this prompt because it's not giving me exactly what I'm looking for. Because something else I would like for it to do is I would like for it to include little things about the observations being made by Rita Skeeter's quick quote quill. And whenever I try and do that, then the AI starts to write everything, including my part. And then it isn't an interview anymore. It's just the AI writing things. And that's not fun. So here's the prompt that I wrote. I want you to interview me in a conversational style as if you are Rita Skeeter from the Harry Potter universe. You are going to interview me about life in Hogwarts 10 years after the events of Voldemort's invasion. We are writing this interview together, so when I need to answer, you need to stop and wait. Stop writing and wait for me to respond when you get to your response. Because that's something that the AI does naturally. It just puts things in parentheses and says your response. This is a back and forth conversation, so make sure to include me. The interview will continue until I say quick quotes. Then you will write an article based on our interview, making sure to take everything out of context, just like Rita Skeeter in the book. So we're going to put that in. Of course, let's get started. I am Rita Skeeter, the notorious reporter from the Daily Prophet, and I am here to get to the bottom of life at Hogwarts 10 years after the defeat of Voldemort. Now, it's doing it again. No! So something I've noticed is that it doesn't like when you use the same chat to try and do it again. Um, okay, so it's going to work this time. Of course, let's begin. And I am going to... Hello, I am Professor Tilly. I don't know who Professor Tilly is, but it's me now. Professor Tilly, it's an absolute delight to be speaking with you today. I'm sure our readers will be eager to hear about your experiences at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry 10 years after the defeat of the Dark Lord Voldemort. Can you describe what the atmosphere is like at Hogwarts these days? Um, let's go with, well, things are understandably tense, but in my defense against the dark arts class, we have taken a more hands-on approach to defense that I think will prepare our students for any future. Indeed, it's always important to be prepared for any eventuality. Your hands-on approach to defense against the dark arts sounds like it must be incredibly valuable for students at Hogwarts. Can you tell us a bit more about what that entails? Hmm. It's about teaching these spells alongside the basics of dueling and magical combat. We don't we don't want our students to have to fight, but we do want them to be prepared. That's a very responsible approach, Professor Tilly. It's good to know that the students at Hogwarts are receiving a well-rounded education in the magical arts, including both theory and practical application. Speaking of the students, what have you noticed about the new generation of witches and wizards who are attending Hogwarts these days? Hmm. Many of our young witches and wizards had siblings who were in school when spelled it wrong. Voldemort attacked. There is an exceptional amount of pride among these students and a drive to live up to their siblings' example. Why not? How fascinating. It seems as though there is a new wave of young talent emerging at Hogwarts with a strong sense of duty to their families and commitment to making a difference in the wizarding world. What else would you like to share about our time at Hogwarts, Professor Tilly? I am just happy to be here and among these incredible students and teachers. And then we're going to come down here. We're going to tell it quick quotes. It doesn't usually write the article. It usually says that it's going to write the article, and then I have to tell it, okay, write the article. So thank you for your time, Professor Telly. It was an absolute pleasure speaking with you today. Our readers will surely be eager to hear more about the exciting developments taking place at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Thank you for your time. Thank you for taking the time to chat with me. All right. Write the article and um, misrepresent what Professor Tilly said in a devious manner. Hmm. Okay. Write an article and take what Professor Tilly said out of context in a devious way. Like Rita Skeeter did in the books. Maybe it's forgotten that it's playing a role. Okay. Let's just have it write the article then. Exclusive interview with Professor Tilly. Life at Hogwarts 10 years after Voldemort's defeat. It's been a decade since the defeat of the Dark Lord Voldemort, but the effects of his reign of terror are still felt at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Despite this, the faculty and students remain as determined as ever to safeguard the wizarding world against any future threats. In an exclusive interview with Professor Tilly, one of the Defense Against the Dark Arts instructors at Hogwarts, we learned about the innovative approaches the school is taking to prepare its students for the challenges ahead. Professor Tilly revealed that the Defense Against the Dark Arts curriculum has taken on a more hands-on approach, including not only the theory of spells, but also the basics of dueling and magical combat. The new generation of witches and wizards attending Hogwarts is a particularly impressive one, according to Professor Tilly. Many of these students had siblings who were in school during Voldemort's attack, and they have taken it upon themselves to live up to their siblings' examples. The pride and drive displayed by these young witches and wizards is a hopeful sign for the future of the wizarding world. When asked about life at Hogwarts, Professor Tilly spoke with enthusiasm and appreciation for the talented students and dedicated teachers with whom they are surrounded. Despite the shadow cast by the events of 10 years ago, the Hogwarts community remains strong and united, working together to ensure a bright future for all. In conclusion, it is clear that life at Hogwarts is rich is as rich and full of excitement as ever, with a new generation of talented students, innovative approaches to defense against dark arts, and a dedicated and passionate faculty. The wizarding world can rest assured that its future is in good hands. Okay, let's try make it more devious. Hmm, that's interesting. It must be forgetting that it's playing as Rita Skeeter. Interesting. But like I said, it's right. Rita Skeeter is this sort of devious, gossipy character, and that's not really what I'm getting out of these questions and this interview. And I want to fix that, but I'm having trouble making that happen. And then, of course, I absolutely want to get the character or get the responses from ChatGPT to include the little bits related to the quick quotes quill. So let's take this. Well, we'll edit it here and then we'll copy paste it after we're done editing it because I can see it better here instead of down in this little box. Okay, so we are writing this interview together, so when I need to answer, you need to stop and wait. Stop writing and wait for me to respond when you get to your response. Let's see, include in your writing observations. Let's do cheeky observations from the quick quotes quill about the interviewee. I don't know how to spell interviewee. Is that it? Interviewee? Interviewee. Oh, I did have it right. Okay. This is a back and forth conversation, so make sure to include me. The interview will continue until I say quick quotes. Alright, let's see if we can get this to work. I've been having some real trouble with this one. So if anybody's got some ideas, let me know. Very well, let's begin. I, Rita Skeeter, the Daily Prophet's most celebrated gossip columnist, have tracked down a former Hogwarts student to discuss life at the famous wizarding school 10 years after the defeat of He Who Must Not Be Named. Without further ado, let us dive into the interview. Ooh, it gave me the proper response. I like that. Hello, Rita. I am... what's a name that wasn't used? Edward? I am Edward. A former student and now potions master at Hogwarts. Ah, yes, Mr. Edward, a former student of Hogwarts and now a potions master. How fascinating. Tell me, how has life been treating you since you left the castle? But I haven't left the castle. Hmm. Well, I have to say that it's been tough while the repairs have been underway, but we are still managing. Indeed, the rebuilding process at Hogwarts must have been quite a challenge. I must say, I have heard whispers of certain roughness to your demeanor as a potions master. How do you respond to such rumors? This is interesting. The AI seems to be taking on a much more Rita-esque line of questioning this time. It's not giving me observations from the quick quotes quill like I wanted, but it's certainly a more aggressive tone, which is what I had always kind of expected. Let's see. Well, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. When times are hard, you have to be more demanding of your students to keep them focused. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. An intriguing quote, Mr. Edward. It seems your approach to teaching potions is quite direct. But then again, one cannot argue with the results, can they? Your students have consistently achieved high marks in their owls and newts, a feat not many can boast of. Now let us shift our focus to Hogwarts itself. What changes have you seen in the wizarding schools since the war ended? There is an obvious sense of solemnity. Is that the word? Solemnity, yes. There's an obvious sense of solemnity over the events of a decade ago, but also a sense of hope for the future. Voldemort is gone, so the dark cloud he cast over our world has begun to lift. I think after this next question, I'm going to go ahead and get it to write the article. And maybe when I tell it to write the article, I'll tell it to include observations from the quick quotes quill in parentheses and see if that'll give us a better article. Yes, it is heartening to see that the wizarding world is slowly but surely recovering from the trauma of the war. The events of a decade ago will forever be etched in the minds of those who lived through it. But it seems that the new generation of Hogwarts students is thriving in newfound peace. However, there have been whispers of a new danger on the horizon, a dark force lurking in the shadows, threatening to disrupt the peace that has taken so long to establish. Can you shed some light on these rumors, Mr. Edward? We're going to say nothing but rumors and fear mongering. And then we'll put quick quotes in here. And now again, like last time, it's not going to actually give us the article like it's supposed to, but when we ask it to write the article, it'll be done. Oh wow, it is going to write the article this time. Awesome. Rumors and fear-mongering, the bread and butter of any good gossip columnist. Fear not, dear readers, for I shall delve deeper into this matter and uncover the truth just as I always do. And now, without further ado, allow me to present the latest scoop from the Daily Prophet's most celebrated gossip columnist, yours truly, Rita Skeeter. Life at Hogwarts 10 years after the war. In an exclusive interview with this reporter, former Hogwarts students and current potions master Mr. Edwards shed some light on life at the Wizarding School 10 years after the defeat of He Who Must Not Be Named. Amidst rumors of new danger lurking in the shadows, Mr. Edward dismisses these whispers as nothing but fear-mongering. The rebuilding process at Hogwarts has been a challenge, but with a no-nonsense approach to teaching, Mr. Edwards' students have consistently achieved high marks in their owls and newts. The events of a decade ago have left a solemn air over the Wizarding School, but the new generation of students is thriving in newfound peace. The future looks bright for Hogwarts and the Wizarding world as a whole, with the shadow of Voldemort finally lifting. So there you have it, dear readers, a glimpse into the post-war life of the famous Wizarding School, straight from the horse's mouth. Until next time, this is Rita Skeeter signing off. So let's go back up here. Let's edit this. And let's do write the article in, whoops, not article, article including cheeky observations from the quick quotes quill about Mr. Edwards. And let's see what it says. The age-old art of spreading rumors and creating fear. Well, without further ado, let us delve into the latest exclusive scoop from the Daily Prophet. Rita Skeeter goes one-on-one with former Hogwarts student and current potions master Mr. Edwards to discuss life in the famous Wizarding School 10 years after the defeat of He Who Must Not Be Named. Despite the challenges of rebuilding and the aftermath of the war, Mr. Edwards exudes confidence and determination. With a no-nonsense approach to teaching, he's known for his demanding style. But his students' consistently high marks in their owls and newts speak for themselves. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, he says, regarding his teaching methods. The atmosphere at Hogwarts has shifted since the war's end, with a sense of solemnity over the events of a decade ago, but also a newfound hope for the future. The Wizarding world is slowly but surely lifting the dark cloud that Voldemort cast upon it. This is going to be funny. But as always, rumors of new dangers lurk on the horizon, with whispers of a dark force threatening the fragile peace. Mr. Edward, however, remains steadfast and dismissive, chalking it up to nothing but rumors and fear-mongering. So there you have it, folks, a behind-the-scenes look at life at Hogwarts 10 years after the defeat of the Dark Lord. With a potions master who refuses to be intimidated by rumors, it's clear that the Wizarding School is in good hands. Yours in gossip, Rita Skeeter. I love this yours in gossip. That's fantastic. So the thing that I was laughing so hard about is it brought these quick quotes quill observations down to the bottom. Mr. Edwards' rough demeanor as a potions master, the challenges of rebuilding Hogwarts, high marks achieved by Mr. Edwards' students, the shift in atmosphere at Hogwarts, and the rumors of a new danger. I don't like that. Including, okay, within the body of the article, cheeky observations from the quick quotes quill about Mr. Edward. We're gonna get it to do what we want, Potions Master Edward breaking eggs to make a better future at Hogwarts. That's a great start. Rita Skeeter, the Daily Prophet's most celebrated gossip columnist, recently had a chance to sit down with Mr. Edwards, a former student of Hogwarts and now the school's potion master. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, Mr. Edward quipped when asked about the rumors of his demanding teaching style. But as the proud owner of a long list of highly successful students, he knows the importance of hard work and discipline in the wizarding world. Despite the solemnity of his that still hangs over the wizarding school, 10 years after the defeat of He Who Must Not Be Named, Mr. Edwards spoke of a sense of hope for the future. The dark cloud that had cast a shadow over the world has begun to lift, and the students of Hogwarts are thriving in the newfound peace. However, as the Quick Quotes Quill jotted down in its notes, there have been whispers of a new danger on the horizon. Rumors of a dark force lurking in the shadows threaten to disrupt the peace, but Mr. Edward brushed them off as nothing but fear-mongering. All in all, it seems that the future of Hogwarts is in safe hands with the likes of Mr. Edward at the helm. With his unwavering determination and his commitment to his students, he is sure to make a lasting impact on the Wizarding School. But whether his methods are too egg-breaking for some, well, that is for the readers to decide. This has been Rita Skeeter signing off. Until the next time, keep your eyes and ears peeled for more scandalous stories from the Wizarding world. I like the way it exits as Rita Skeeter. It's doing a really good job of that. I'm going to have to go back and do some more engineering on this prompt. But it is an interesting way to sort of live a little piece of the fictional worlds that you like. And I really enjoy, or haven't really enjoyed, developing these prompts to get them to this point. So I think the next thing that I want to try and do is sort of the next thing that tabloids are so great at, and that is writing articles about ridiculous things in the world. So what I want to do is let's write a story together. In the story is about a columnist for the Daily Prophet who is writing a puff piece about how to get rid of nargles. Let's write the article as a top 10 article. Well, let's see what it has. Sure, let's get started. Here's the first part of the article. Keep your environment clean. Nargles are attracted. Okay, I already don't like this. Include a headline and intro in the article. Bammo. Top 10 tips for banishing nargles. A guide to a nargle-free life. Oh, that's perfect. So wonderful. As a columnist for the Daily Prophet, I've received numerous letters from readers asking for advice on how to get rid of nargles. Nargles, those pesky little creatures that cause mischief and mayhem, can be a real nuisance to anyone who wants to live a calm and peaceful life. But fear not, my dear readers. With these top 10 tips, you'll be well on your way to banishing nargles from your life for good. Keep your environment clean and tidy. Nargles thrive in cluttered and disorganized spaces, so make sure you keep your home neat and tidy. Use a nargle repellent. There are various nargle repellents available on the market, so find one that works for you and use it regularly. Use strong-smelling plants. Nargles dislike strong scents, so placing potted plants like lavender or rosemary around your home can help keep them away. Keep your food covered. Nargles are attracted to food, so make sure you cover your food when you're not eating it. Keep your windows and doors closed. Nargles can come into your home through open windows and doors, so make sure to keep them closed. Use magic. Nargles are vulnerable to magic, so cast protective spells around your home to keep them out. Keep your keep your lights on. Nargles dislike bright lights, so keeping your lights on can help keep them away. Use noise. Nargles are sensitive to noise, so playing music or other sounds loudly can keep them away. Keep your pets close. Pets, especially cats, can help keep Nargles away. And stay positive. Nargles feed on negative energy, so staying positive and happy can help keep them away. With these 10 tips, you'll be well on your way to banishing Nargles from your life for good. Remember, the key to success is consistency and patience. Good luck. That is a wonderful top 10 tabloid article. What a ridiculous thing to read. I'm so happy about it. And so this doesn't just have to be about a single world either, right? I'm using Harry Potter as an example because it's what came to mind when I first thought of it, especially because Rita Skeeter is a tabloid journalist in that world, and so it lends itself to the idea. But the same thing could be done with, the world from Lord of the Rings or any other fictional world that you enjoy. It doesn't have to be fantasy. It can be sci-fi. It can be anything. Actually, hang on, what's it called? The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy would be another great world to explore in this manner. Especially because the writer of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is very prone to just making up random stuff about the world as he goes. So let's write a story. We are in the world, or in the universe, of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and land on a planet we know nothing about. Okay, please. So we open the Hitchhiker's Guide to read the entry. Please name the planet and write the entry in the style used in the book. Let's see what it comes with. The planet is called Zarquan. Zarquan, a beautiful planet. Oh. Do not put the entry in a code block. You silly machine. Can't even read that. The planet is called Zogron, the ultimate party destination. Looking for a place to let your hair down and party like there's no tomorrow? Look no further than Zogron. This planet is famous throughout the galaxy for its wild and crazy parties where anything goes and the fun never stops. With its beautiful beaches, crystal clear waters, and gorgeous sunsets, Zogron is the perfect place to kick back and relax. Whether you're looking to dance the night away to the sounds of the latest galactic beats, or just enjoy a few drinks with friends, Zogron has it all. So pack your bags, grab your friends, and head on down to Zogron for the ultimate party experience. Just remember, what happens on Zogron stays on Zogron, so be prepared for anything. Additional information. Visitors should be aware that Zogron has a reputation for being a little crazy. It's not uncommon to see creatures of all shapes and sizes dancing, singing, and generally having a wild time, so be prepared to get a little wild yourself. The local drink of choice is called Zogron juice, and it is advised to proceed with caution. It is also advised to bring a towel, as things can get messy on this planet. Yes, it included the towel. That's wonderful. Disclaimer: The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy takes no responsibility for any wild and crazy experiences that may occur on Zogron. Visit at your own risk. Now, what I want to do is I want to check what are the Names of all the planets visited in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I want to see if Zogron is included at all in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, right? Because it's possible that he just took that straight out of the book. It's been a really long time since I read the book, so I don't know. And maybe somebody can tell me if you know, put it in the comments or put it in the chat if you're here right now, if you know that this is something that's already sort of in the books. But The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is a fantastic resource for making up ridiculous stories and ridiculous little tabloid-esque articles about different places that, I mean, they don't even exist. It's just a fan fiction thing. It's just a good time. But what a fun little article here about this weird place called Zogron. Like, it was so full of information. I mean, it came up with a signature drink all on its own. It came up with, the fact that in the books there's tons of different types of species and stuff. It incorporated all of that. Um, it used a little bit of Earth humor in the what happens in Zogron stays in Zogron. The the capabilities for creativity of ChatGPT are just phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. I want to run this again and see. Oh, and see if it give. Oh, that's unfortunate. Our fun is probably about to stop, and that makes me really sad. I'm gonna try refreshing and going to a new chat, but a lot of times when this happens, it takes. Oh, hey, the planet is named Zarquan. Zarquan, a largely unremarkable planet with a population of people who believe themselves to be the center of the universe. They are very proud of this fact and forever pointing out the relative insignificance of all other forms of life they come across. This can become quite tiresome. The planet is dotted with small, cheerful towns, and the people are generally friendly and eager to share their views on life, the universe, and everything. Oh my god, what a wonderful little anecdote. Visitors are advised to be prepared for long, rambling conversations about the meaning of existence, the futility of all things, and the ultimate destiny of humanity. There is very little of interest to see on Zarquan, but it is a pleasant enough place to spend a few days, provided one has a strong enough constitution to withstand the constant philosophical debate. In the event of an emergency, the Hitchhiker's Guide suggests activating the planet's emergency broadcast system, which will summon a fleet of flying donkeys to whisk one away to safety. In short, Zarquan is a planet best appreciated by those with a strong sense of humor and a love for a philosophical discourse. Wow. So when I looked at all the planets in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, neither of them have or none of them have Z names. So neither of the names that we've received have them, but I haven't gone through all of them to see if any of them are directly, um, if it's just giving a new name and then pulling stuff straight out of the books and writing it here. I don't imagine that's what it's doing, but it is entirely possible that that's what it's doing. So let's do it again. I'm having a lot of fun with these, so I'm going to do like probably 3 or 4 more of them because this is just a great time. The planet is called Zogon. It really loves its Zogs. And the entry reads, Zogon, a planet of extreme peril and danger, but also of unparalleled beauty and wonder. Known for its rugged terrain and hostile inhabitants, Zogon is not a place to be taken lightly. But for those brave enough to venture forth, the rewards are many, from the shimmering glaciers of the Northern Pole, to the fiery depths of the great volcano. Zogon is a place of endless adventure and excitement. So if you're feeling adventurous and have a high tolerance for danger, head on down to Zogon. Just remember to pack your towel and watch your back. Oh, man. man. All right, give me a new one. The planet we land on is called Zog. Wow, it loves Zog. A planet of confusion and mischief. Zog, located in the outer rim of the universe, is a planet of confusion and mischief. It is inhabited by a species known as Zogons, who are known for their love of practical jokes and pranks. They are also known for their intelligence, but their playful nature often leads to chaos and disorder. Visitors to Zog should be cautious and always keep their guard up. The Zogons love to play tricks on newcomers, and it is not uncommon to find yourself in a situation that is completely unexpected. They are not dangerous, but they are certainly mischievous. If you find yourself in need of help on Zog, the Hitchhiker's Guide recommends seeking out a Zogon elder. They are often more wise and mature than the rest of their species, and they may be able to offer guidance and advice on how to navigate the confusing landscape of Zog. In conclusion, Zog is not a place to be taken lightly. It is a planet of confusion and mischief, and visitors should always be prepared for the unexpected. But if you are looking for a unique and entertaining experience, Zog may just be the place for you. So grab your towel and be ready for a wild ride. I love that it keeps making reference to the towel. Let's see what happens when we name the planet. The planet. Oh, gotta go back up here and change things. And also, apparently, it doesn't care that I don't know how to spell right. The planet is named Turoculus. Don't ask me. I don't know. Please write the entry in the style used in the book. Do not put the entry in a code block. Let's see what happens when we throw a weird name at it. Turoculus. Turoculus is a strange planet, even by the standards of the universe. It is inhabited by a race of beings known as the Turoculans, who are a mystery to even the most well-traveled hitchhikers. The Turoculans are a highly advanced race, capable of feats of technology and engineering that are almost beyond comprehension. They are also fiercely independent and fiercely protective of their planet, which they guard with a vast array of advanced weapons and defenses. For the unwary traveler, Turoculus can be a dangerous place. The Turoculans are not known for their hospitality, and they are quick to turn on those who they see as a threat to their planet. The wise traveler will approach Turoculus with caution and be prepared to deal with the Turoculans on their own terms. The Turoculans have also been known to engage in bizarre and sometimes terrifying rituals, which they believe will bring them closer to their gods. These rituals are not to be disturbed, as they are considered sacred by the Turoculans. In short, Turoculus is a place to be approached with caution and respect, but those who are brave enough to venture forth, it is a planet full of wonder and mystery, and a place where anything is possible. That's really exciting. All right, let's come up. Actually, let's regenerate that response and see how it changes Turoculus. Turoculus, location, unknown quadrant, unspecified sector. Description: Turoculus is a planet of many contradictions. It is a world of extreme beauty and ugliness, both coexisting in perfect harmony. It is a place of peace, yet rife with conflict. Turoculus is a world that defies easy explanation. I love this first paragraph because this is one of the things that is iconic about the writer's style. I forget who writes Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Sorry, it's been a really long time since I read this book. Who writes Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Douglas Adams. There we go. It is sort of an iconic part of the way that Douglas Adams writes to compare things in these weird, extreme terms. And oftentimes to compare things without ever actually giving you any information, right? He'll just go on and on about how ugly something is, or how beautiful something is, or how vile something is, and he'll describe it in terms that can't be understood, because they're terms that are only related to the fake world that he's creating and that you have no reference of understanding for. And so you get this just wild set of comparisons, and I love it. Um, so, Taraculus is a world that defies easy explanation. Climate. Taraculus is a climate that can only be described as variable. Sometimes it is sunny. Sometimes it is rainy. Sometimes there's a light breeze. And sometimes there are gale force winds. The only constant is that the weather is never what you expect it to be. Geography. Taraculus is a planet with diverse geography ranging from rolling hills to towering mountains, from lush forests to barren deserts. There is also a large ocean that covers much of the planet. Flora and fauna. Taraculus is home to a wide variety of strange and exotic life forms. Some are beautiful and harmless, while others are deadly and vicious. Visitors to Taraculus are advised to always carry a guidebook and a weapon. And a towel. Culture. The culture of Taraculus is complex and difficult to understand. There are many different factions and groups, each with their own beliefs and customs. Visitors are advised to approach with caution and respect the traditions of the locals. Economy. Taraculus is not a rich planet, but it is not completely impoverished either. The majority of the population is engaged in agriculture, fishing, and hunting. However, there are also small pockets of wealth, usually controlled by the more powerful factions. Conclusion. Taraculus is a planet that is both fascinating and dangerous. Visitors are advised to exercise caution and be prepared for the unexpected. But for those who are adventurous and open-minded, Taraculus is a world that is truly worth exploring. That's really fun. So, ultimately what I'm trying to get at here is with a very limited amount of prompt engineering, you can get some very interesting looks into the fictional worlds that you grew up with, right? The AI is trained on all of these works. And so its ability to write in the style, its ability to understand the characters, and its ability to create more information about the worlds that sort of holds up with how things have been written before and how the original writer wrote about the stories is much, much better than when you're getting it to generate brand new stories, because all of these books are part of its training data. And so ultimately when it comes to creating new work, it's best at fan fiction. It's better at fan fiction than it is at ultimately anything else, because it has a much deeper frame of reference in regards to those existing universes. Um, and so I think it's a lot of fun and a good way to kill an hour or two just getting on and having the AI talk to you and write stories with you about existing universes, but about little tidbits of those things that aren't really discussed in the existing texts. If there's a town or something that got blown past in one of the books that you read and you'd like to go back and explore that town with the AI, you should absolutely do it because it can take you there. And these things aren't canon, right? They're not written down. The author hasn't sanctioned that information as accurate. But it doesn't matter because it's fiction and it's fun. And you have that opportunity to go explore that. And maybe it's just you. Maybe you don't share it with anybody else. Maybe you just get on there and you have a little fun and you do your research into these bits of the story that don't exist. And then you delete that. Like, I'm going to delete all of these chats when I'm done. And so only me and the people who watch this video are going to be privy to whatever random information me and the AI came up with. And so it's a lot of fun. It's a great way to spend some time. And I mean, any reading is good reading, right? You're getting really great stories here. You're getting technically accurate writing. So one of the things, I've been in a lot of writer subreddits lately and a lot of writer communities because I started the project, the Forever Adventures Library, which I'll actually link the Discord. But what we're doing there is together we're writing a library of never-ending choose-your-own-adventure books. Right? They're just all cooperatively written, and people just pop in and write whenever they want. And they're not very large right now because we just got started a few months ago. But um, as that project grows, That's going to be a really, really interesting thing to get to be a part of. I totally lost my train of thought. Oh my goodness. Right, I was talking about how I've been in a bunch of writing groups. One of the things that all those writing groups say is if you want to be a good writer, you need to be an accomplished reader. And none of the text that is written here by ChatGPT will give you bad habits. Right? This is very standard average writing. It follows the rules of grammar. It spells everything correctly for the most part. Every now and then it has a weird misspelling, but you'll identify those. And so if you want to be a writer, even if you don't want to quote unquote cheat and use ChatGPT to write part of your story, you can still get ChatGPT to write a bunch of stories for you to read to make you a better writer. And that, I think, is one of the greatest things about ChatGPT. And it's not just for writers, right? It's for anybody. It is genuinely my belief that the single most important thing you can do for increasing your own intelligence is reading. And it takes nothing to generate wonderful text about any topic, particularly fictional existing universe topics. But I mean, if you're interested in cars, if you're interested in anything, the AI can generate interesting text for you to read that will make you more articulate in your everyday life. And that is kind of a superpower. So I think I'm going to end this stream here. Thank you everybody who stopped by to take a look, and thank you everybody who stops by in the future. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you get use out of the video, and have a great day.